Good evening, everyone out there. Thank you for tuning in to my weekly broadcast of Talks with Tim. I am your host, Timothy Boston, and before I bring you the news I have to share with you this week, I would like to give a few birthday shout outs. Starting with Al Roker, TV weatherman Al Roker celebrated his 57th birthday on Saturday, August the 20th. On Monday, August 22nd, you may remember him as being Simon Adebisi from the HBO series Oz. Uh, Akinnuoye-Agbaje celebrated his 44th birthday. Yesterday, August the 23rd, NBA star Kobe Bryant celebrated his 33rd birthday. And today, Wednesday, August the 24th, comedian Dave Chappelle turned 38 years old today. And tomorrow, Thursday, August the 25th, actor Blair Underwood will turn 46 years old tomorrow. So I say happy birthday to all of those individuals celebrating a birthday. And if you have access to any of their Twitter, Facebook, or any other social networking or fan sites, please, please, please go and wish them all a happy birthday again. The biggest news I would like to start off with today, and it's unfortunately that I'm having to discuss it, but it appears that some nasty rumor is going around about one of my favorite Hollywood couples, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith. And I know that I'm not quite sure where the rumor started, but the couple released a statement saying, no, we're not splitting up, no, we're not divorcing, so don't believe the rumors. And I would just like to piggyback on the statement that was released by them yesterday, I believe it was. I would encourage everyone to be a little bit more responsible in the news that you read, and especially the news that you share across the internet, and that's usually on the social networking sites and all these other outlets that allow you to share the news that you see online. Because not everything that you hear or see online, on the radio, on the television is actually true and accurate. And usually, what all has to happen is that one big site, and I'm not really going to give any homage to the sites by mentioning their name, but one popular site releases a story and other sites will follow up on that story, and that's what creates these rumor mills. I'm actually going to be doing, when I start Tim's Tidbits, I'm actually going to do a tidbit about that. But for the purposes of this video, again, I would encourage you just to be a little bit more responsible, a little bit more watchful in the information that you share and that you distribute across your social networking sites and the other outlets that you have access to. Again, Will and Jada Pinkett Smith were actually just recognized as one of Hollywood's most powerful couples. So I find it just so ironic that after this recognition happened, then here's all of this negativity. I personally, because of what I do for a living, it really bothers me because I don't understand how it is so easy for one person to sit behind a computer and just disseminate this negative commentary about someone just because it's going to give them some notoriety or some fame and fortune, etc. Like I've said before in my other videos, if it takes for you to cause problems in someone else's life by spreading false information, then you may want to rethink what your platform actually is. One of the first videos that I did, I even told you that you would never, never, never hear me or see me share false information or rumors, which is why I think that Talks with Tim is a little bit different than other shows that you will find here on YouTube. So again, I would like to encourage all of you just to be mindful. I know I said watchful before, but you also do have to be watchful. But please be mindful of the information that you review and share and distribute across the internet regarding these celebrity rumors. Because again, usually, most of the time, they are labeled as a rumor for a reason. And but like I said, it's unfortunate that couples like Will and Jada have to be subject to this negative commentary. However, it's the nature of the business. But again, I would really encourage for all of you out there to do that. And usually, I do my own personal research. So just Google and find out a little bit more about Will and Jada before you actually begin to post status updates or text messages or whatever some people may do about this negative information that they believe it's to be true. But again, I think I can go in a little bit more detail when I do my tidbits, which will probably be released over the weekend. But again, it's unfortunate. Like I said, it's unfortunate they have to be subject to this. But I did want to address that personally as they released a statement to deny any of those rumors. So it should put any curiosity that you may have to rest. Also, I'll just say this: over the weekend, I had the opportunity to over the past couple of weekends, I had the opportunity to watch the reunion shows for the reality TV series Basketball Wives. Now, I had never watched it prior to the reunion show. So, it was a little bit interesting. So, after watching the reunion shows, I actually went back and watched the actual episodes on demand, and I can say that I was quite intrigued by the level of drama and the level of entertainment that you find on this show. I'm not too up to date on all of the things that goes on the show, but I can tell you that after watching the reunion show, I was quite interested to go back and watch the other episodes as well. I am a fan of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And the last I checked, last season we had Nene Leakes, um, attorney Phaedra Parks, Cherie Whitfield, Candy, Boris, and um, Kim Zolciak. Those were the ladies that I've grown to know over the past couple of seasons. And this is a show that I am automatically a fan of. I actually love all of those ladies. And but I think as time goes by, I'm going to be a little bit more interested in Basketball Wives. Um, so yeah, so I was quite interested in that. So if those out there watching this, if you are a bigger fan of Basketball Wives, or if you watch it on a regular basis, leave me some comments below. Try to catch me up to date about this season, who the ladies are, what's the latest. Because I'm really trying to catch up as much as possible, but it's difficult because it's so late in the season. Yeah, leave me some comments below about about the season, about the basketball, about the cast that's currently on this season of Basketball Wives, and just anything you think that could be helpful in catching me up on this show. I can tell you that I don't know all the cast. I don't know all of the cast members. However, there are a few names that really jump out to me, and it's two of them. One is Tammy, and the other is Evelyn, because I tend to those two were the most interesting to me while watching this show. So, but yeah, please feel free to leave that information below there because it would be most appreciated. Because, like I said, I am interested in learning more about becoming more up to date on that show. But to go into some other news, the entertainment industry is mourning the death of a patriarch and legend of Motown, Nick Ashford, who was actually a part of the group Ashford and Simpson. They actually put out one of my favorite songs, "Solid as a Rock," and it appears that Mr. Ashford, who was married to who was married to Valerie Simpson, who was also part of the show. He died on August the 22nd in New York City, which was publicist said that he died of throat cancer. So I say, I send my condolences and prayers to Valerie Simpson and the Ashford and Simpson family, because I'm sure that that is difficult, losing someone that you not only were married to, but that you work with on a regular basis like that. So again, I say, send my condolences to his family. Also, I just found out that comedian turned actor turned author Steve Harvey is about to launch his own TV talk show sometime in the fall of 2012. And remember, I said before that I feel that it's important to celebrate, support, and encourage all of our talent in the African American community. So I encourage all of you to support Steve Harvey and his upcoming television talk show. There aren't many details about the show as of yet, but it is, and according to the stories that I've read, it is, and definitely he is in talks with this about releasing a new talk show somewhere on the NBC network, from what I understand. The next thing I wanted to talk about is on Sunday, August the 28th, it will mark the 48th year anniversary of the I Have a Dream speech given by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in Washington, D.C. And there is a memorial. It's already been erected. However, there's going to be a formal dedication this weekend, I believe, in Washington, D.C. All of the information is all over the internet. And I encourage everyone to support the Martin Luther King Memorial. It's on the National Mall in Washington, D.C. And take your children, take your grandparents, go and witness it. I'm actually going to go and actually take a trip up there myself. It's not very far away from where I live, so but I encourage everyone to do that. Because this is actually a part of history. Like I said, 48 years ago, he was actually in that very location, presenting that I Have a Dream speech. So again, thank you so much for tuning into my weekly broadcast of Talks with Tim. Please, 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 please feel free to leave comments, suggestions, questions, topic suggestions below the video in the comment field. I also want, like I said, I want to know what you thought about the Will and Jada Pinkett Smith rumors. But again, I'm encouraging you to be mindful of the information that you see. Again, they are not divorcing, they are not separating. And again, I would really encourage you to be mindful of that information. But again, I wanted to know what you thought about how the internet was spreading these nasty rumors, and also hopefully some of you out there would catch me up to date on basketball wise. So please do that. Again, leave me comments, suggestions, questions below. You can find all of my contact information in the show more field of the video as well. And you can direct message me however you need to do that. Also, make sure you check out the other videos that we have. We have some videos from a series I call the Advice Corner, where other viewers are seeking advice from you all. So I ask you to look at that and just check out my other videos. So until next week, until I do my weekly broadcast next week, I hope all is well with everyone out there, and take care.